Stop scrolling and listen to today's Arcturian Council message. Starseed, the Arcturian Council are awakening your true purpose. Here's what you must know to remember who you really are and why you chose to be here at this exact moment in Earth's history. This message begins with a shock to the system because what you are about to hear was never meant to stay hidden. The Arcturian Council is stepping forward now because humanity has reached a tipping point, and you are not here by accident. You were planted into this timeline as a living frequency anchor, encoded with memories far older than this lifetime. If you have felt restless, misunderstood, exhausted by the world yet deeply protective of it, that is not weakness, it is activation. The systems around you were designed to keep you distracted so you would forget why your soul volunteered to descend into density. Right now, dormant strands of awareness are reigniting, and your emotional intensity, sudden realizations, and discomfort with lies are all symptoms of remembrance. You are not breaking down, you are breaking open. The Council reminds you that your sensitivity is a tool, your intuition is a navigation system, and your presence alone alters timelines. This is the beginning of your recall sequence. Backhand index pointing right, type I remember to claim this message. The Arcturian Council reveals that many starseeds have been unconsciously waiting for permission to fully activate, and that permission is being granted now. You were trained across lifetimes to observe, to adapt, and to hold light quietly until the correct harmonic window opened. That window is now. Earth's frequency has shifted enough to support higher consciousness without total system collapse, and that is why chaos and awakening are occurring simultaneously. The confusion you see globally is the sound of old structures cracking. You are not meant to fix everything, but you are meant to stabilize what is collapsing simply by being embodied and conscious. When you ground yourself, breathe deeply, and choose truth over comfort, you broadcast coherence into distorted fields. This is advanced work, even if it looks ordinary. Never underestimate the power of your calm nervous system in a panicked world. Backhand index pointing right, type I am ready to anchor this truth. You may have wondered why your life seemed harder than others, why you felt delayed or blocked while watching people thrive in systems you could not tolerate. The Council explains this clearly. You were never meant to integrate fully into false frameworks. Resistance was built into your design. Your soul rejected timelines that required self-betrayal, even if that meant loneliness, financial pressure, or repeated reinvention. What looked like failure was actually course correction. Every collapse you endured stripped away identities that could not travel with you into this phase. You are now entering a cycle where alignment replaces struggle, but only because you survived the dismantling. Your past was not wasted, it trained discernment, resilience, and energetic sovereignty. You now see through manipulation faster than most, and that clarity is needed. Backhand index pointing right, type I trust my path to seal this activation. The Arcturian Council emphasizes that your body is a receiver, not an obstacle. Many starseeds have been taught to override physical signals, leading to burnout, anxiety, and dissociation. This was never the intention. Your nervous system is recalibrating to hold more light, which is why rest, hydration, and solitude feel non-negotiable. You are not becoming lazy, you are becoming precise. When you honor your body's rhythms, you increase signal clarity and intuitive accuracy. Symptoms you once feared are actually communication attempts. Listen gently. Slow down. Integration happens in stillness, not urgency. The Council urges you to treat your body as sacred technology, because it is. Backhand index pointing right type, I honor my body, to integrate this message. You are also being asked to release the Savior program. The Council states this plainly: you do not need to rescue anyone to fulfill your purpose. Your role is resonance, not sacrifice. Old karmic patterns may have conditioned you to overgive, overexplain, and overextend, but those contracts are expiring. True service now comes from embodiment, not depletion. When you choose yourself without guilt, you teach others permission through frequency, not force. This is how collective healing actually works. Boundaries are not barriers, they are stabilizers. You are allowed to be selective with your energy. Backhand index pointing right type, I choose balance, to claim this upgrade. The Council acknowledges the grief many starseeds carry: grief for lost timelines, lost versions of Earth, and lost connections that could not follow you forward. This grief is ancient and often unnamed, but it is valid. You remember harmony, and that memory can ache. Yet grief does not mean regression, it means integration. When you allow yourself to feel without judgment, density releases faster. You are not meant to bypass emotion, you are meant to alchemize it. Compassion begins with self-permission to feel deeply without collapsing. Backhand index pointing right type, I allow healing to transmute this energy. As frequencies rise, your intuitive senses will sharpen. Synchronicities will increase, dreams will become vivid, and your tolerance for dishonesty will drop dramatically. This is not you becoming difficult, this is you becoming coherent. The Council advises you to follow what expands your chest, not what pressures your mind. Truth feels calm, even when it is challenging. Illusion feels urgent and loud. Learn this difference, it will guide you safely through accelerated timelines. Backhand index pointing right type, I follow truth, to align with this guidance. The Arcturians remind you that you are not alone, even when your path feels solitary. Support often arrives invisibly, through timing, protection, and redirection rather than physical presence. You are guided constantly, but guidance respects free will. Ask clearly. Speak intentions aloud. Conscious collaboration opens doors that effort cannot. The universe responds to clarity, not force. Backhand index pointing right type, I am supported, to open reception. Your purpose is not a single task. It is a frequency you carry into everything you do. Whether you create, teach, heal, build, or simply exist consciously, your energy influences fields beyond what you can measure. Comparison is irrelevant. There is no hierarchy in light work, only unique expressions. Trust the form your service takes. Backhand index pointing right type, I am enough, to stabilize this knowing. This phase marks the transition from awakening to embodiment. Knowing is no longer enough, you are being asked to live what you remember. Small, consistent choices aligned with integrity create massive ripple effects. You do not need to rush. Precision matters more than speed. The Council confirms, you are on schedule, you are protected, and your presence matters more than you realize. Backhand index pointing right type, I step forward, to fully claim this message. The Arcturian Council now delivers a warning that may feel unsettling, yet liberating. Not everyone who began this journey with you can continue forward. This is not punishment, and it is not abandonment, it is energetic law. As your frequency stabilizes at a higher resonance, mismatched connections naturally fall away. You may notice sudden silence from people who once felt close, or a growing discomfort in environments you used to tolerate. This is not you becoming cold or arrogant, this is coherence asserting itself. The Council urges you not to chase what fades. Chasing lowers your signal and re-entangles old karmic loops. Instead, bless what completed its role and remain anchored in neutrality. New alliances, soul-level, purpose-aligned, are already moving toward you through probability lines you cannot yet see. Trust the rearrangement. Backhand index pointing right type, I release with love, to claim this message. You are also being informed that time itself is behaving differently around you now. Many starseeds report days collapsing, memories blending, and the future feeling unusually close. This is not disorientation, it is timeline compression. The Council explains that when you live more in the present moment, you exit linear perception and enter quantum navigation. Manifestation accelerates here, but so does consequence. What you repeatedly think, speak, and emotionally rehearse now gains momentum faster than before. This is why discipline of thought is no longer optional. You are learning mastery, not through force, but through awareness. Choose carefully what you rehearse internally, because you are no longer practicing, you are broadcasting. Backhand index pointing right type, I choose consciously to align with this shift. The Council addresses a hidden fear many starseeds carry, the fear of being seen. You may crave expression yet hesitate at visibility, fearing judgment, persecution, or failure. This fear did not originate in this lifetime. It is cellular memory from other incarnations where truth-tellers were silenced or destroyed. The difference now is timing. Earth's collective frequency can finally sustain visible light without immediate collapse. You are safer than your nervous system believes. Expression does not require perfection, it requires authenticity. Even imperfect truth destabilizes illusion more effectively than silent purity. You are not being asked to be loud, only to be real. Backhand index pointing right type, I allow myself to be seen, to dissolve this fear. The Arcturian Council confirms that many of your challenges were strategically delayed so you could develop inner authority before outer success. If your desires manifested instantly before now, you might have surrendered your power to them. Delay was protection. You were being trained to stand stable without external validation. Now, as alignment replaces resistance, you may notice opportunities appearing suddenly, almost effortlessly. Do not rush to grab them. Evaluate from embodiment, not excitement. True alignment feels grounded, not frantic. What is meant for you will not require self-betrayal to obtain. Backhand index pointing right type, I trust divine timing to lock this wisdom in. Here the Council speaks directly to your doubt. They say, doubt is not failure, it is a checkpoint. It arises when old identities dissolve faster than new ones form. In this in-between space, the ego searches for reference points and finds none. This can feel like emptiness, but it is actually openness. Do not rush to fill it with noise, opinions, or distractions. Let the void teach you. Stillness here recalibrates your inner compass. Answers will come unforced, often when you stop searching. Backhand index pointing right type, I sit with the unknown to integrate this phase. You are reminded that joy is not a distraction from your mission, it is confirmation of alignment. Many starseeds were conditioned to associate seriousness with spirituality, mistaking heaviness for depth. This was distortion. Joy stabilizes high frequency better than struggle ever could. When you laugh, create, or experience genuine pleasure, you anchor light more efficiently into the physical plane. The Council encourages you to stop postponing happiness until everything is healed. Your joy heals. Backhand index pointing right type, I choose joy to activate this truth. The Council now reveals that your voice, spoken or written, carries encoded activation. You may notice people feeling calmer, clearer, or emotionally stirred after interacting with you, even when you say very little. This is not coincidence. Your frequency rides your words. This is why integrity matters so deeply now. Speak only what feels true in your body. Silence is preferable to distortion. When your voice aligns with your heart, it transmits far beyond the moment. Backhand index pointing right type, I speak truthfully to claim this ability. You are also being asked to release urgency around finding your purpose. Purpose is not hiding from you, it is unfolding through you. Obsession with outcomes pulls you out of presence, where purpose actually lives. The Council says your only real task is alignment. When you align, function follows naturally. Stop scanning the horizon. Anchor where your feet are. Backhand index pointing right type, I am aligned now to ground this message. As collective shadows rise, you may feel waves of emotion that do not belong solely to you. Empathy is part of your design, but absorption is not. The Council teaches energetic hygiene, observe without merging, care without carrying. Visualize returning energies that are not yours. Sovereignty strengthens service, it does not weaken compassion. Backhand index pointing right type, I reclaim my energy to restore balance. This segment concludes with reassurance. You are not late, broken, or behind. You are exactly where convergence required you to be. Everything you survived refined you for this moment. The next phase will require courage, honesty, and self-trust, but not suffering. The Council stands with you as you cross this threshold into embodied remembrance. Backhand index pointing right type, I move forward to seal paras 11 to 20. Stop everything for a moment, because what the Arcturian Council reveals now may shake the way you see your entire life. They state clearly that if you are hearing this message, you are already ahead of the collective curve by years, not months. Most of humanity is still operating from survival consciousness, while you are transitioning into sovereign awareness. This gap can feel isolating, even painful, because your nervous system senses truths others are not ready to face. You may feel like you are living in two worlds at once, functioning in society while internally operating on a completely different wavelength. The Council emphasizes that this dissonance is temporary but necessary. You are acting as a bridge frequency, translating higher consciousness into forms the physical world can eventually sustain. Without beings like you, the shift would fracture reality too violently. Your exhaustion is not weakness, it is the cost of stabilizing incompatible timelines. This is why self-care is no longer optional, it is mission critical. Backhand index pointing right type, I accept my role, to anchor this revelation. The Arcturian Council now addresses something deeply personal, your fear of trusting yourself fully. They explain that many starseeds were conditioned early in life to doubt their perceptions because they saw through people, systems, and intentions too clearly. Being told you were too sensitive, too intense, or imagining things, trained you to override your inner knowing. That conditioning is dissolving now. You are being recalibrated to rely on internal authority rather than external validation. This can feel destabilizing at first because certainty no longer comes from approval, it comes from resonance in your body. The Council urges you to notice how truth feels somatically, grounded, steady, and expansive, even if emotionally challenging. Falsehood, no matter how attractive, carries contraction and urgency. Learning this distinction returns power to you instantly. You are not meant to convince others of what you know, your clarity will speak for itself. Backhand index pointing right type, I trust myself, to reclaim this authority. You are now being warned, gently but firmly, that distraction is the most sophisticated form of control on this planet. The Council explains that not all distractions are negative or obvious. Many appear productive, spiritual, or even altruistic, yet subtly pull you away from embodiment. Overconsumption of information, constant self-improvement, and endless searching for the next activation can keep you fragmented. You are not missing anything. The power you seek is already integrated within you. What is required now is depth, not novelty. Fewer inputs, more presence. When you simplify your focus, your signal amplifies exponentially. This is why silence may suddenly feel uncomfortable, it strips away avoidance. Sit anyway. Stillness is where your true instructions surface. Backhand index pointing right type, I choose presence, to break distraction loops. The Council reveals that many starseeds underestimate the impact of their daily choices because they associate planetary service with dramatic action. This is a misunderstanding. Frequency work happens in micro-moments, choosing honesty over convenience, rest over burnout, compassion over judgment. These choices subtly reprogram collective consciousness because reality mirrors dominant patterns, not dramatic gestures. When you regulate your nervous system, you contribute more to planetary stability than you realize. Calm is contagious. Integrity is disruptive to false systems. The Council reminds you that consistency outweighs intensity. Show up aligned, even quietly, and the field responds. Backhand index pointing right type, my actions matter, to embody this truth. Here, the Arcturians speak about money, survival, and worth, topics many starseeds avoid due to spiritual conditioning. They clarify, material support is not opposed to spiritual integrity. Struggle is not proof of purity. Many of you were programmed to associate ease with corruption, but this belief kept you under-resourced and exhausted. The new paradigm requires grounded light bearers who are supported, stable, and resourced enough to remain embodied. Receiving does not diminish service, it sustains it. Begin releasing guilt around wanting comfort, security, or beauty. These are not distractions when aligned, they are stabilizers. Backhand index pointing right type, I allow support to rewrite this pattern. The Council now acknowledges the anger some starseeds feel, anger at deception, manipulation, and unnecessary suffering. This anger is not something to suppress or spiritualize away. It is information. Anger shows you where boundaries were crossed and truth was violated. The key is transmutation, not expression through destruction. When anger is processed consciously, it becomes clarity, decisiveness, and protective strength. You are not here to rage blindly, you are here to act precisely. Let anger sharpen discernment, not harden your heart. Backhand index pointing right type, I transmute anger, to claim this alchemy. You are being reminded that rest is an act of rebellion in a system designed to drain awareness. The Council states plainly, exhaustion lowers discernment. When you are tired, you are easier to manipulate. This is why your body demands pauses now. Honor them. Rest recalibrates your field and restores access to higher guidance. Productivity without alignment only feeds distortion. Measure your days not by output, but by coherence. Backhand index pointing right type, I rest without guilt to restore balance. The Arcturians now speak of love, not as attachment, but as recognition. You are learning to love without losing yourself, to connect without merging. This is advanced relational mastery. Old patterns of overgiving and self-erasure are surfacing to be cleared. Healthy connection now requires mutual presence, not sacrifice. If something demands you abandon your truth to maintain harmony, it is not aligned. Love expands identity, it does not erase it. Backhand index pointing right type, I choose healthy love, to anchor this shift. The Council confirms that your intuition will continue to outpace logic. This may frustrate you when explanations lag behind knowing. Trust the knowing anyway. Logic will catch up later. Many breakthroughs arrive as felt certainty long before evidence appears. You are not required to justify inner truth to those who cannot feel it yet. Silence can be wisdom. Backhand index pointing right type, I honor my intuition, to strengthen this channel. This section closes with a powerful confirmation. You are no longer preparing, you are participating. The waiting period is over. Integration has begun. What unfolds next will be subtle, steady, and deeply transformative. Stay present. Stay honest. Stay embodied. The Arcturian Council affirms, you are exactly where you need to be, and you are doing more than you realize. Backhand index pointing right type, I am here now, to seal paras 21 to 30. The Arcturian Council now speaks about identity dissolution, and this is where many starseeds feel the most disoriented. They explain that you are not losing yourself, you are outgrowing outdated versions that were never meant to be permanent. When identities dissolve, the mind panics because it was trained to survive through labels, roles, and stories. But your essence does not require a narrative to exist. You are entering a phase where presence replaces personality, and truth replaces performance. This can feel like emptiness, boredom, or emotional flatness at times, but it is actually spaciousness. In this space, your authentic frequency begins to stabilize without distortion. Do not rush to rebuild an identity just to feel normal again. Let the quiet redefine you. What emerges will be simpler, clearer, and far more powerful than anything you constructed before. Backhand index pointing right type, I release old identities, to integrate this transition. The Council addresses your sensitivity to environments, stating clearly that your discomfort in certain places is not psychological, it is energetic intelligence. Your field now detects incoherence instantly. Crowded spaces, artificial lighting, loud noise, and emotionally charged environments may exhaust you faster than before. This is not regression, it is refinement. You are no longer designed to numb yourself to distortion. Instead of forcing adaptation, curate your surroundings when possible. Even small adjustments, music, light, nature, silence, restore coherence rapidly. When you honor your sensitivity, it becomes a navigation tool rather than a burden. Backhand index pointing right type, I honor my sensitivity, to claim this upgrade. Here the Arcturian Council reveals that many starseeds underestimate how deeply they are being watched, not by enemies, but by the collective unconscious. Humans sense stability and truth instinctively, even if they resist it consciously. This is why people may confide in you unexpectedly, react strongly to your presence, or project onto you without understanding why. Your field activates awareness in others, sometimes gently, sometimes confrontationally. This is not your responsibility to manage. Stay neutral. Stay embodied. Let reactions pass through without personalization. You are a mirror, not a manager. Backhand index pointing right type, I remain centered, to maintain sovereignty. The Council now speaks about patience, but not the passive kind you were taught. This is active patience, holding alignment without forcing outcomes. You may feel moments of frustration when progress seems invisible, but much of your work occurs beneath the surface. Roots grow before branches appear. Energetic foundations are forming that will support long-term stability, not short-lived breakthroughs. Trust slow integration. Sudden expansion without grounding leads to collapse. You are being built to last. Backhand index pointing right type, I trust the process, to stabilize this phase. The Arcturians address relationships again, stating that true soul-aligned connections do not drain, confuse, or require constant repair. Intensity alone is not compatibility. You are learning to recognize calm resonance as depth, not boredom. Drama is not passion, it is dysregulation. As your nervous system heals, your attractions will change. This is not loss, it is maturation. Allow connections to evolve naturally without clinging to what no longer fits your frequency. Backhand index pointing right type, I choose aligned connection, to affirm this shift. You are reminded that your inner child is not something to fix, it is something to protect. Many starseeds were forced to mature early, becoming observers instead of participants in their own lives. Healing now involves reclaiming play, curiosity, and creativity without productivity attached. These states restore neural flexibility and emotional resilience. You are allowed to enjoy existence without justification. Backhand index pointing right type, I reclaim joy, to activate this healing. The Council now clarifies that spiritual power does not come from constant vigilance or hyper-awareness. Overscanning for danger keeps the body in survival mode. True mastery is relaxed alertness, present without tension. If you feel constantly on edge, this is not intuition, it is residue. Safety must be embodied for higher perception to function cleanly. Breathe. Ground. Let your system learn that this moment is safe. Backhand index pointing right, type I choose safety to calm your field. You may notice that your tolerance for performative spirituality is dissolving. The Council confirms this is intentional. You are moving beyond concepts into lived truth. Words without embodiment now feel hollow. This may isolate you temporarily, but authenticity always precedes true community. Do not shrink to belong. Resonance will find you. Backhand index pointing right, type I live my truth to anchor authenticity. The Arcturians speak of humility, not as self-erasure, but as clarity. You do not need to announce your awareness or prove your growth. Quiet coherence speaks louder than declarations. When you stop needing recognition, you become unshakable. Let your life be the message. Backhand index pointing right, type I am grounded to embody this wisdom. This section concludes with a stabilizing reminder: nothing has gone wrong. Confusion, stillness, and shedding are all signs of alignment locking into place. You are not meant to rush into the next version of yourself. Let it arrive naturally. The Arcturian Council affirms your steadiness, your courage, and your quiet strength. Backhand index pointing right, type I am aligned to seal paras 31 to 40. The Arcturian Council now delivers one of the most confronting truths of this entire transmission, and it is meant to land gently but clearly. You are no longer allowed to abandon yourself. In previous cycles, self-betrayal was normalized, even rewarded. You learned to silence your intuition to keep peace, to shrink your truth to maintain connection, to override exhaustion to meet expectations. That era is complete. From this point forward, every time you ignore your inner knowing, your system will respond immediately, through fatigue, emotional disruption, or energetic contraction. This is not punishment, it is precision. Your guidance is now instant because you are trusted with more responsibility. The Council emphasizes that integrity is no longer an abstract concept for you, it is a biological requirement. Your body will not support misalignment anymore. This may feel restrictive at first, but it is actually liberation. When you stop negotiating with your truth, your energy consolidates, your field strengthens, and your path simplifies dramatically. Confusion dissolves when compromise ends. You are not being asked to be perfect, you are being asked to be honest. Radical self-honesty is the key that unlocks the next octave of your purpose. You will notice that when you choose alignment, even when it costs comfort or approval, reality reorganizes to meet you. Support appears where you expected loss. Relief follows where you expected fear. This is how you will know you are living in coherence. The Council assures you, choosing yourself now does not make you selfish, it makes you trustworthy to the universe. Backhand index pointing right, type I will not abandon myself to fully claim this message. The Arcturian Council now closes this sequence with a grounding directive meant to anchor everything you have received. They state that embodiment is your final initiation. Not ascension away from the world, not constant processing, not endless seeking, but presence, choice, and lived truth. You are here to walk this planet awake, not above it. Your breath, your steps, your conversations, your rest, all of it matters. The Council reminds you that awakening was never about escaping humanity, it was about sanctifying it through consciousness. You are not required to convince, awaken, or save anyone. Your alignment does the work automatically. When you live truthfully, you give others permission, whether they realize it or not. As this transmission integrates, you may feel calmer, heavier, quieter, or deeply emotional. Let whatever arises move through you without analysis. Integration does not need interpretation. Drink water. Touch the earth. Rest when called. Speak when it feels clean. Act when it feels grounded. This is how you stabilize higher frequency in physical form. The Council affirms that you are no longer in preparation, you are in service through being. This cycle is complete, but your embodiment is just beginning. You are seen. You are supported. You are trusted. Backhand index pointing right type, I am embodied, to seal the entire transmission. The Arcturian Council now returns with a message that many do not expect after a transmission like this, and it may feel confronting in its simplicity. Integration will test you more than awakening ever did. Awakening brought insight, emotion, and revelation, but integration demands consistency, responsibility, and grounded choice. You may notice that after moments of clarity, life does not suddenly become easier. In fact, it may feel quieter, slower, even anticlimactic. This is intentional. The Council explains that high-frequency states are not meant to be chased or dramatized, they are meant to be stabilized. The real work begins when no one is watching, when there is no emotional charge, when you must choose alignment without the adrenaline of discovery. This is where many beings unconsciously sabotage themselves, by seeking the next message, the next sign, the next confirmation, instead of living what they already know. You are being asked now to stop outsourcing authority to external sources, even benevolent ones. Guidance has served its purpose, embodiment is now your teacher. This means you may feel less guided in obvious ways and more self-directed. This is not abandonment, it is graduation. The Council emphasizes that confusion at this stage often arises when old habits of seeking collide with new requirements of self-trust. You are not meant to constantly question your path anymore. You are meant to walk it. Doubt may still appear, but it no longer holds decision-making power unless you give it permission. The quiet confidence developing in you is not arrogance, it is coherence. Let your life become the proof. Let your choices become the transmission. This is how wisdom matures into embodiment. Backhand index pointing right type, I integrate fully, to anchor this stage. The Arcturian Council concludes with a directive that is meant to carry you beyond this message and into daily life. They state clearly, return to the ordinary with extraordinary presence. Enlightenment is not separation from human experience, it is intimacy with it. Wash your hands consciously. Speak honestly. Listen fully. Rest deeply. These are not mundane acts, they are frequency stabilizers. The Council reminds you that the nervous system is the gateway through which higher consciousness enters matter. When you rush, dissociate, or override yourself, that gateway narrows. When you slow down, breathe, and remain present, it opens naturally. You are not required to remember everything at once. Truth unfolds in layers, and you are exactly where you need to be in that unfolding. As you move forward, notice what feels simple, clean, and grounded. Follow that. Complexity is no longer a sign of depth for you. Clarity is. If at any point you feel lost, return to the body. Touch something real. Name what you feel. Choose the next honest step. This is how alignment sustains itself. The Council affirms that your journey continues not through messages like this, but through lived experience infused with awareness. This transmission now releases you back into your life, not unchanged, but anchored. Backhand index pointing right type, I walk this truth, to close paras 43 to 44 and carry the message forward. The Arcturian Council now brings forward a message that addresses what happens when your alignment is tested under real-world pressure. They explain that true embodiment is not proven in moments of peace, but in moments of stress, conflict, and uncertainty. As you continue forward, situations may arise that seem to challenge everything you have integrated. Old triggers may surface, authority figures may push boundaries, or unexpected obstacles may appear just as you feel stable. This is not regression. This is calibration. Pressure reveals what is embodied versus what is only understood intellectually. The Council emphasizes that you are not expected to respond perfectly. You are expected to respond honestly. Even noticing misalignment and course-correcting is mastery. Shame has no instructional value here, awareness does. When you meet pressure with presence instead of panic, you collapse old timelines that thrived on unconscious reaction. This is advanced work. You are no longer here to pass tests designed by external forces. You are here to witness your own evolution in real time. The Council also notes that you may outgrow environments rapidly now. What once took years to dissolve may now complete in weeks or even days. This acceleration can feel destabilizing if you cling to familiarity. Let movement happen. Stability no longer comes from fixed structures. It comes from internal coherence. When you remain anchored in your body and aligned with truth, you become adaptable without losing yourself. This is sovereignty under pressure. Backhand index pointing right type, I remain aligned under pressure, to claim this mastery. The Arcturian Council closes this portion of the transmission by reminding you that your mission was never meant to burn brightly and briefly, it was meant to endure. Longevity, sustainability, and quiet power are now your focus. You are not here to shock the world awake, you are here to outlast distortion through consistency. This is why dramatic emotional highs are giving way to steadiness, and why external validation matters less than internal clarity. The Council explains that civilizations shift not because of constant revolution, but because enough individuals stabilize truth long enough for it to become normal. You are part of that stabilizing force. Your life, as it is lived day by day, is the transmission. The way you speak when no one is watching, the way you choose honesty over convenience, the way you rest before collapse, these choices ripple outward more than you can measure. Do not underestimate the impact of your presence simply because it feels ordinary. Ordinary consciousness is what is transforming. As this message integrates, you may feel a deep sense of resolve rather than excitement. This is correct. Resolve is the signature of embodied purpose. The Council affirms that you are trusted with time, with influence, and with choice. Walk steadily. Live truthfully. Let your life speak. Backhand index pointing right type, I walk in quiet power, to seal paras 45 to 46. The Arcturian Council now brings forward a message that is subtle, firm, and deeply empowering. The era of unconscious drifting is over for you. From this point onward, neutrality will no longer feel neutral, it will feel heavy. Indecision will feel uncomfortable. Waiting without inner alignment will feel like resistance instead of rest. This is not pressure being placed upon you from outside, it is clarity rising from within. The Council explains that as awareness stabilizes, choice becomes unavoidable. You are no longer meant to float between versions of yourself, sampling identities, relationships, or paths without commitment. This does not mean rushing into permanence. It means choosing presence in whatever you engage. Half energy creates friction now. Split attention drains your system. Your field responds best to clean yes or clean no. This may surprise you, because in the past, keeping options open felt safe. Now, it feels fragmenting. This is a sign of maturation. The Council emphasizes that clarity is kindness, to yourself and to others. When you choose fully, even temporarily, energy flows. When you hesitate out of fear, energy stagnates. You are learning discernment at a level where every choice shapes your nervous system and your timeline simultaneously. This is why your inner guidance feels sharper and less negotiable. It is not demanding obedience, it is inviting congruence. The more you honor it, the simpler life becomes. Complexity falls away when ambiguity dissolves. You are not being asked to know the entire future, you are being asked to choose the next honest step without self-betrayal. That is all. Momentum will take care of the rest. Backhand index pointing right type, I choose with clarity, to anchor this directive. The Arcturian Council now offers reassurance as this transmission approaches its completion. Nothing needs to be added to you for what comes next. You are not missing a final key, frequency, or instruction. What unfolds from here is continuity, not escalation. Many starseeds expect awakening to crescendo endlessly, but true mastery stabilizes. It becomes quieter, steadier, and deeply rooted in ordinary life. The Council explains that sovereignty is not a peak experience, it is a sustained state of self-trust across time. This is why you may feel less urgency to consume spiritual material, explain yourself, or define your journey. You are no longer orienting outward. Your compass is internal now. When challenges arise, and they will, you will notice a different response, less drama, more clarity, less reaction, more choice. This is not detachment, it is integration. The Council reminds you that your life will continue to include uncertainty, emotion, and growth, but it will no longer feel fundamentally misaligned. Even difficult moments will carry a sense of rightness, because you are no longer divided within yourself. This is the reward of embodiment. As you move forward, let simplicity guide you. What is true will feel stable. What is false will feel loud and urgent. Choose stability. Choose honesty. Choose presence. The path ahead is not hidden, it is lived. one coherent step at a time. Backhand index pointing right type, I continue in sovereignty, to seal paras 47 to 48. The Arcturian Council now presents what they call the final threshold of this cycle, and it is not dramatic in the way the mind expects. It is quiet. It is simple. And it is absolute. They state that the last attachment to dissolve is not fear, trauma, or limitation, but the story you have been telling about yourself. Even spiritual identities, starseed narratives, and awakening language eventually become scaffolding that must fall away. Not because they were wrong, but because they were temporary containers for growth. You are entering a phase where you no longer need to explain who you are, to yourself or to anyone else. When the story dissolves, presence remains. This can feel unsettling at first, because the mind loses reference points. You may notice a strange neutrality toward labels you once held tightly, or a disinterest in defining your role. This is not loss of purpose, it is freedom from performance. The Council emphasizes that when you stop narrating your life internally, you gain direct access to it. Experience becomes immediate instead of filtered. Choice becomes intuitive instead of calculated. Peace becomes available without conditions. This is the moment where many beings unconsciously try to recreate identity just to feel familiar again. Do not rush. Let the simplicity stabilize. You do not need to become anyone new. You are learning how to exist without effort. This is not emptiness, it is spacious intelligence. From here, action arises naturally, not from obligation or self-concept, but from clarity. The Council assures you that living without the story does not make you passive, it makes you precise. You will know when to speak, when to act, when to move, and when to remain still, without internal debate. This is the embodiment of wisdom. Backhand index pointing right type, I release the story, to step fully into this state. The Arcturian Council now seals this entire transmission with a final affirmation, not as instruction, but as recognition. They state, you are no longer seeking alignment, you are alignment in motion. There is nothing left to activate, unlock, or remember. What remains is living. Living truthfully. Living gently. Living awake. From this point forward, your growth will not announce itself through upheaval, but through stability. You will notice fewer inner conflicts, quicker resolution, and a deepening sense of being at home within yourself. This does not mean life becomes perfect. It means life becomes honest. When challenges arise, you will meet them without fragmentation. When joy appears, you will allow it without suspicion. When rest is needed, you will take it without guilt. This is integrated consciousness. The Council reminds you that your presence alone now carries coherence. You do not need to teach, lead, or explain unless it arises naturally. Your life is the message. Your choices are the signal. Your steadiness is the contribution. As this cycle closes, they encourage you to return fully to your human experience, with awareness, humility, and compassion. Eat. Sleep. Love. Create. Build. Rest. Speak. Listen. These are not distractions from awakening, they are its expression. The Council stands with you, not above you, not ahead of you, but beside you, witnessing the quiet power of a being who has remembered and chosen to live accordingly. This transmission is complete. The path continues through your steps. Backhand index pointing right, type, "I live as truth," to seal the entire 50-paragraph transmission.